Tonight's lesson 9.9 is on finding the volume of prisms. Last night's lesson we talked about rectangular prisms specifically, and tonight we're going to look at a couple different types of prisms. So if you recall, one of the things I mentioned in the last video is that the formula for prisms is the same no matter what type of prism it is. So the volume is equal to the area of the base times the height. And you may have been wondering in the last video, well, why doesn't she just use length times width times height every time? It makes it easy. It does, except that in this case, that wouldn't work. We're going to find the area of the base, and in this case, the base is a triangle. So I'm just going to draw a little line here and a little review about finding the area of rectangles and triangles. So if I am trying to find the area of a rectangle, the formula is area equals base times height. But if you recall, the formula for finding the area of a triangle is different. It's going to be area equals base times height divided by 2, or you could also say area equals 1/2 times base times height. Okay, I'm going to just make that a little bit clear that that's actually a triangle. Really tough to draw on this pad. There we go. There's the triangle. All right. So we have to keep these things in mind when we're looking at the base. And in this case, this particular prism, we can see that the shape that it's sitting on is a triangle. Okay. And on the top, you can see that this is the this triangle and this triangle are the exact same dimensions. So in order to figure out the volume, flip back to green, we have to first calculate, the very first thing we have to figure out is what's the area of the base. So each time I'm finding area, I'm going to use the red just so that you understand that now I'm talking about a two-dimensional shape. So this face that it's sitting on here is in fact a triangle. So I'm going to write my formula, and you always want to write your formulas out. Area equals base times height divided by 2. And then you're just going to plug the numbers in there. So I'm going to go area equals, and this is the exact same triangle, so I'll just use this one on top. So the base is 4. We've got 4 feet it looks like, and the height is 3. So 4 times 3 divided by 2. So the area of this triangle is 12 divided by 2, which is 6. Now here's where we have to pay attention to units, because we're not calculating volume yet. We're just calculating the area of the base. So that's going to be square feet. Really important. Okay, that's one of the things that will come up at the end of the unit when you take your unit test, is making sure you get all of your units on there accurately. So we just calculated that the area of the base, the triangle, is 6 square feet. Now we can use this formula. I'm going to switch back to green and plug in that figure. So we have volume is equal to area of the base times the height of the prism. So volume is equal to, and we just figured out that the area of the base is 6 feet, so I'm going to plug that 6 in there, times the height of the entire prism. And the height of the prism is 8 feet. So the volume is equal to 6 times 8, or 48 cubic feet. Okay, so what if we have an irregular prism like this one? So when you see these, the area of the base will be given to you. So if you are given that the area of the base is 16 square feet, and you know that the height of this prism is 23 feet, as I said, the formula is the same no matter what type of prism it is. So we're just going to go up here, write the formula, which is volume is equal to big B, which means area of the base times height. So we know that the area, so let's just, we'll set it up over here. So volume is equal to, and then we know that the area of the base is 16 feet, so that's given to us. And we're going to multiply that times the height, which is 23 feet. So let's just, let's see, we'll do the math over here. So let's go 16 times 23. 6 times 3 is 18, carry the 1. 1 times 3 is 3, plus 1 is 4. We're going to mark that with a 0. Move over to the second digit. 2 times 6 is 12. Carry the 1. 1 times 2 is 2 plus 1 is 3. Extend the page. There we go. This pen is a little tricky. There we go. And now we just add those up. 8, 6, 3. So by calculating, by multiplying the area of the base times the height, we have 368. So back up here, I'm going to write volume is equal to 368. And now we are talking about cubic units. So just paying attention to the units involved. Right here, the area of the base, because it's area, it's two-dimensional, so that's square feet. The height is a length measurement, so it's only one dimension, so that's why it's just feet. And then the volume is cubic feet because it is three-dimensional. And so this is what the volume is of inside this particular figure. Okay, so one more, and we'll look at this one. It is a triangular prism. However, if you notice, it's not sitting on its triangle base, it's sitting on the rectangle. So how would we go about solving that? Again, it's really truly going to be the same formula. So volume is equal to big B, area of the base, times the height. So let's just go ahead and start to plug in those numbers. Volume is equal to, and if I look here, this side and this side, that would be this is the base and the height of the face that this prism is sitting on. So 10 times 5 or 50. And then when I go to plug in the height, I just have to be careful. Let's say that let's say that this side right here is 5 feet, just to throw in some extra numbers in the mix. Remember that we're not talking about this side now, we're talking about the height, because the height of a triangle is from its base to its opposite angle. And so we have to pay attention to this number right here. So let's go ahead and plug that in. It would be 6. And so the volume would be 50 times 6, which is 300 cubic feet. And again, paying attention to these units, cubic feet, because this is our final answer, and this is the volume. These are one-dimensional here. When we calculated the area of the base, which is this 50 right here, that's actually in square units, but you don't need to write that down. Your final answer here was the 300. We took that 50, multiplied it times the height of the prism, and we came out to 300 square feet. All right, so that's a little overview of what you'll be seeing tomorrow in class.